I'm happy to announce today that we are keeping our first campaign promise. We're going to keep all of them, but we're keeping this first one effective next week, effective a week today on the 15th of November. The exemption on children's clothing that currently stops at age 14 will extend to kids' clothing age 18. And obviously this is one we can make a quick adjustment for with respect to finance, and officials are here should there be any technical questions on that. The week gives us a chance to work with the retailers and notify them, and most importantly, gives Saskatchewan families a chance to take advantage of just a little bit more tax relief in advance of whatever Christmas shopping they might be doing. And I know in the case of Tammy and I, we have kids who generally have some things on their shopping list for which we'd like to not pay the PST. And so we're like anybody else in that respect. It doesn't, as I said last time, whether we win 1 by 1 or 10 or 20 seats. We have a job to do, and that's to keep the promises we've made. That's to guide, hopefully help with the growth agenda, knowing that the economy depends on external factors beyond any government, but that governments can be helpful. So we have those two basic jobs, and we have a job to listen to good ideas wherever they come from, and work to implement them, possibly if it's part of the balanced budget finance or if it's within what we want to do as government. So I don't think it impacts that at all. In opposition, we tried and on a regular basis, at least, to give the government of the day credit where credit was due. I can think of a couple of the business taxes, one in particular, and we're benefiting from that today, by the way. So, we should continue in that. We should continue in that vein going forward. Hopefully, provide long-term stable employment and opportunities for them. That will be our objective, and we're not going to worry too much then, or as much, I'll say, about the relationship with union leadership that have made it quite clear, with fairly razor-sharp attacks and millions of dollars worth of them, that they're not entirely interested in either working with the government or the truth of the record of the government of Saskatchewan. So we'll focus on serving the members of the unions, and just like we were going to focus on serving all the people of the province. There might be, as I said in the campaign, there might be important accountability measures for members of unions to know in clear detail exactly how their union dues are spent, and for unions to be we know there's a certain amount of publication of the union finances that happens now, but maybe it should be even more forthright. Effectively, in this, just before the election, the SGU said, we're going to clip you for another % of your wages, they said to their own union members, and they quite openly said, and by the way, it's going to buy ads to defeat the government. I heard a lot of union members say, that's my hard-earned money. And I think I would like some greater accountability there. So we'll look at some options there, and I'll leave it at that. Yesterday I was speaking in the Palliser Pavilion in Swift Current, and years ago I used to say in speeches, it's kind of interesting. Remember John Palliser came up with this expedition. Karen would know this, I'm sure it's part of the historical piece of the Western Producer. Comes out in an expedition on behalf of the national government. They do a little science, and they say, basically draw a triangle, principally around the south part of the province. They draw a triangle here, does his study, I'm oversimplifying it, says nobody should live here. It's not fit for man, it's not suitable for settlement. No one should live here. And there we were in the Palliser Pavilion, because of course people came to this province and built this province and then started naming stuff after the guy that said, don't come here. So I thought that was pretty fitting for the new Saskatchewan.